Welcome to Kazakhstan, and thank you for joining us on this interview. Let's start with the first question. How would you rate the current state of judicial system of Kazakhstan in terms of its effectiveness?
Well, that would be very hard for me to do. I know that they're making great strides here, but I can't rate the system without seeing the system and looking at the laws and the rules and the regulations. And I'm here in just a short, very, very short period of time to attend the roundtable and to discuss court administration and the rule of law and how well Kazakhstan is doing with reforms in judicial administration, but and the judiciary. But I can't rate it because I don't have enough information to do so. In general, I think great things are happening here in a very short period of time. I'm very impressed with the judiciary and what they are doing, and the budget process, how it has changed, and court administration and what they strive to do. It is exemplary.
One of the key reforms Kazakhstan has adopted recently was changes to laws regarding women's and children's safety. What is your opinion about these laws and their effectiveness?
Oh, I apologize. I have not seen those laws, but I will say that across the world, globally, every country, region, jurisdiction needs to be looking at the laws involving children, women, and domestic violence. Domestic violence is a cultural issue. Children learn domestic violence growing up because they see it happening in their own homes. We need to break that culture, break that cycle of abuse everywhere in the world. But I don't know. I have not been briefed on those laws, but I'm very passionate about children and families and women in particular, and changing laws and having substantial help for women in peril and children in peril because of safety issues. Because if the laws are good and they're effective and the judiciary can work with them, we all will have a better society.
During yesterday's meeting with President Tokayev, you discussed digitalization of the judicial system. What, in your opinion, are the prospects for this process, and what risks does it entail?
What they're doing with digitizing records is phenomenal. It's cost effective, it's efficient. When people can just file what they need to file through the electronic process, for the staff to then process those, and for judges then to look it up just on the it is cost effective, and they are doing a very good job in Kazakhstan. Very, very good job. The money and the efforts that have been put into this, I think, are helpful to the people. They're helpful to the judiciary. And they will save money, a lot of money, for many different things.
Do you think AI can be implemented as part of this process in the future?
Yes. And I saw a great amount of work that has been done with AI. And yesterday, we had a presentation. For me, looking at AI, and courts across the globe are trying to implement AI. I think Kazakhstan is a little bit ahead of many, many, many countries because they've been working on the robot system for longer, I think, than most countries have done. So they are ahead in that initiative. But I think we all have to worry because AI is bringing so much good to us, but there's going to be a bad side as well. And I think that we need to be looking at research, thinking ahead, how this might hurt rather than help, because it's going to do both. And so I think if we have a better idea of what the ramifications might be, we will be ahead of the game to then fix it or change it so it won't cause harm.
Currently, a draft law in AI regulation is being discussed in Kazakhstan. In your point of view, what should be taken into account when developing it, and what is the perspective of its effectiveness in the current judicial process?
Well, the effectiveness can go a long way. With the AI and the robots behind, analyzing what the filings are, for instance, that's what we saw. It's analyzing the filings coming in, the complaints coming in, and it's analyzing all those, and it's comparing what the decisions were in past cases, and looking at how that maneuvers through the system is also a cost savings. But it's then we need to think about how we really utilize that, and what the ramifications might be if something isn't exactly right. I worry about AI, and probably more so than most people. I worry about it for education of our children. What is our education system going to look like in 5 years, in 10 years? When AI is, you just ask your phone. The kids can just ask their phone, what is the measurement of this in math, or what is this in English? And I just think AI is going to do so much. It's going to change our world. It's going to change it for the better, and I think we just need to be looking at what ramifications might be coming from it in the future, both for the judiciary, both for education, both for you and me. ChatGPT, right? There will be ramifications, and what will they be? And I think studies need to be done quickly between judiciary, state, presidential. I think we need to look and see really where we're going with this.
Bouncing off the point about the future, what do you think the future holds for the judicial system of Kazakhstan, in your opinion?
I think with Mr. Nail as head of court administration, he is also vice president of the Central Asian region of our organization. He is passionate about his work. He is a visionary in his work. So I think the judiciary is in good hands. He works well with the chairman of the Supreme Court. But I think the vision that he holds and the bigger picture that he wants to muddle through and develop, I think the judiciary is in good hands.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us for this interview.